What's going on, everybody? This is Teito-Sydir. In case you don't already know, Tito is actually my name, and the Sydir, speak your dreams into reality. That's what I'm all about. Speaking things that are not as though they actually are. You can't get anywhere if you don't dream big, and you know, I'm definitely a big dreamer, but the only thing with me is I'm trying to speak my dreams into reality, hence the name. And I hope y'all do the same thing, because you know, life is really nothing if you don't have dreams to follow and achieve big things, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, moving right along, we are going to pretty much hang out with me for a couple of hours. Well, not a couple of hours here, but you know, y'all are going to see bits and pieces of what I have to go through to get ready for the things that I do. You're going to see a little bit of rehearsal, and you're going to see me pretty much telling you about myself, my project, you know, a lot of what I'm about or whatever. So sit tight, snatch up something to drink or whatever, and you know, just stay tuned. Check me out, Teito-Sydir. So welcome to my world. All right. Let me tell y'all, when I was a kid growing up, my mom was always buying me these like crazy huge records. I kind of grew up at a time where records were kind of like phasing out, and in came CDs and DVDs and stuff like that or whatever. So my mom would have these records, these big, you know, the big ginormous records that look like plates that you eat off of. I would be so fascinated with the, you know, the fact that you could put a needle on this and hear the little kind of noise or whatever. So I always liked music, but I wanted to know what it was like as if it was me. So I would act like I was the artist on the record. So if we had like a Michael Jackson record, you know, it has the big pretty epic label and whatnot, I would scratch his name off and take a Sharpie marker and write my name on there. And I would even go so far as to, once I discovered what gold and platinum records was, it was a wrap. So picture me taking all these big records, spray painting them silver and writing my name on them and putting them in a picture frame. I think I was the only kid at like 6, 7 years old that had platinum records hanging up on the wall. A little bit about me. Honestly, I'm a very serious person when I need to be, but I'm also, well, from what I'm told, I'm also something of a clown. I don't mean to be. I just say what I just say what I say, and it just comes across however, you know what I'm saying? I guess I have like a humorous delivery, or I don't know. So, you know, that's the kind of thing that I want to put back into the universe, just being positive with people, putting a smile on people's faces, having a good time. Life is too short to run around moping and griping and whatnot and being uptight and everything. So, you know, loosen up a little bit, liven up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Somebody has to do it for you, you know, so return the favor. The way I work, I feel like I feel like my grind is like tireless. I get tired just like anybody else. I'm human. I don't operate on Duracells and Energizers and oil and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a person. I get tired, but my work ethic is ridiculous. It's like when I get started with something, it's like my follow through is just crazy, because I feel almost incomplete as a person if I start something and just never finish it, or start something and finish it, but it's half-assed, halfway done when the finished product is done. I don't like that. That's not how I operate, because I believe in representation, and you know, anything that's not right, I don't want it to represent me, or I don't want to put anything out there with my name on it that's not right. That's why I just grind and grind and grind constantly to make sure that anything that is associated with Teito-Sydir, or even if I'm referring someone to someone else, I want to make sure that person is on point with their business, on point with what they're doing, before I say, hey, such and such, this is so and so, they can hook you up, so on and so on. Because I don't want anybody coming back to me saying, you know what, this Joe Schmo you introduced me to, That's not a good look at all. So that's what I'm all about. I love to work. I love to work on what I'm doing. I love working with people that are in my corner. I love people that support me and I support them. That's what it's all about. So if you don't have that, then you need to release yourself from whatever you're working with right now or whoever you're working with right now, and surround yourself with positive, hardworking people that are going to go as hard for you, if not harder for you than you will for yourself. That's what I'm all about. So when it comes to working, let's get it in, let's get it done, and let's get it done right, because you never know who's watching. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be right. That's how I roll. When I write, sometimes I can sit down, depending on how I'm feeling, because I'm one of those, I guess you could say, emotional writers, I guess, because I take whatever I'm dealing with at the moment, and I can sit down and just pen a whole song, like on the spot, just bam, 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 verses, hooks, choruses, whatever you want to call it. And just be done in an hour or two. All of my songs aren't going to be about growing up in the hood, growing up in the boonies, growing up in the city, growing up around rats and roaches and animals and whatnot. I don't want to hear all that, and I'm sure you don't either. So that's why my music is more about, different aspects of love and different aspects of friendships and different frustrations that we all have. You know what I'm saying? I like to think that my music is like really, really relatable, because I kind of think out of the box and talk about things that you really don't hear too many artists talking about. I think so anyway. So, hopefully you feel the same way, and hopefully you'll dig my project when it comes out and you'll go cop that. My project that I'm working on is going to be, well, right now the title, I have a couple titles that I'm throwing around, and by the time it's actually released and everything, it'll probably be a whole other title. But the first title that I'm working with is called Anything Can Happen. Basically, because in this life, whether good or bad, anything can happen. I mean, you just never know. I had no idea that, somebody that I see every day would come to me and say, hey, do you want to, do a video project, or let's work on this, And, this is somebody that I literally just say like hi and bye to every day. Cool as he want to be, but just, hey, what's up? And now here I am doing a major production like this. So anything can happen, I think it's something that is really, I think it's really positive. I think it's really necessary, because a lot of people out there are struggling. A lot of people are just like really having a hard time, and you just need to understand that as long as you keep your hand in God's hand, or whoever you believe in, anything can happen. The sky is the limit, and I'm a walking testimonial to that. Shout out to my man Quan for the walking testimony reference. But yeah, that's going to be my project. Anything can happen. Another title that I was thinking about using is Faith or Fear, because my grandmother, another reference to her, she was real spiritual. She's not with us anymore, but she's a very spiritual woman, very godly woman, and the whole faith or fear thing that she instilled in me is like, you either have the faith that things are going to work, or you have the fear that they're not. Need I say more? I mean, does that make sense, or does that make sense? And it's like, when she said that to me one day, it put so much stuff in perspective in my life, and I take it with me all the time. So, if Anything Can Happen is the first album, then Faith or Fear is definitely going to be the second one. So, that's how I'm rolling with that. But those two titles are just so important to me, and the songs will embody both concepts, both titles. So regardless of what the album is named, I hope that you will run out and get it. All right? So look for that. Faith or Fear, or Anything Can Happen. Who knows? I might just flip a coin or something. I don't know, but we'll see.